Hey guys, what's up? It's Absolute Death 02 coming at you with another review. Now this review is for the Necrochasm, which I got the Crux of Crota yesterday, and I got the Necrochasm. I used it to upgrade my Eidolon ally, which I went and just did a few bounties to finish maxing out. I used it to upgrade it into the Necrochasm. Now it's got 8 more attack at least than anything else in the game, and it's arc damage, which is pretty cool. Now it is a very high rate of fire, low impact auto rifle that I'm not a fan of. However, without further ado, let's go into the perks, shall we? So first off, for the Necrochasm, you've got the ballistics perks: Accurize ballistics, CQB ballistics, and aggressive ballistics. Now, as you can see here, I'm running CQB, and it will give you the best stability out of all of them. Like that. Next off, that's what you come with, although the first one at the list is Accurized. With Accurized, you get the most impact. As you can see, that's pretty bad. I would not recommend running with Accurized. And finally, this is my favorite for PvP just because it has the highest damage output, and its recoil is kind of middle of the road. It's still pretty high, but I can manage it in PvE where enemies are generally bigger. The aggressive ballistics. However, in PvP, CQB ballistics definitely, in my opinion, is the way to go, because it's basically, it's just way more accurate and a lot easier to control. Next off, we've got Cursebringer. Precision kills with this weapon immediately have a chance to trigger a Curse Thrall explosion. Now this is about a 70% chance. It doesn't always happen, although as you can see there, that's a Curse Thrall explosion. However, it does not always happen, even though it's happening here. And it has to be a precision kill, just like that. Although that didn't trigger Curse Thrall explosion because it's not a 100% chance that it will trigger. However, honestly, this perk isn't as good as Firefly for a number of reasons. Well, it does do slightly more damage, in my opinion, I think, to Firefly. It does have it seems to have a smaller blast radius, and also it's only a chance. I think in the future I could foresee a buff incoming for either precision shots have a 100% chance to trigger Curse Thrall explosion, or all shots have a chance to trigger a Curse Thrall explosion. Although at the time of this video, it's not the best, although it's still okay. Next, we have an upgrade damage perk. Now, this gun comes maxed out, so all of these perks will be immediately available and equipped. And next, we have the 3 other perks. Single shot. Sorry, my tongue's getting tongue-tied. My mouth's really dry right now. First, we have single point sling. Then we have flared magwell, and then we have fitted stock. Now, fitted stock definitely is the way to go, because as you can see, especially with CQB ballistics, you have a lot less recoil than flared magwell, where if you look at this, it's quite a bit more recoil. However, the reload speed is quite a bit faster. And also, I just like to point out with flared magwell, this gun also has the Cascade perk under the upgrade, not upgrade damage, the arc damage thing, kind of like a built-in sort of thing. Although, for example, if I was to get a melee kill, watch this. That's how fast it reloads. That's the maximum reload speed you can get. Although, next we have single point sling. Now, this perk is pretty much useless. Switch weapons faster, move quicker while aiming. As you can see, you can move a bit faster while aiming and switch weapons quite a bit faster. However, both of these aren't very useful. As you can see, you move a bit faster while aiming down sights compared to flared magwell, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Next is rangefinder. Now, it's kind of hard to demonstrate rangefinder. Although I'll try, if you see from here, the damage I'll be doing on the shank is like 17. Now with that, it's 18. So it does a bit extra range. It gives it a bit extra range. And it's a pretty good perk, honestly, especially with a gun like this. And then we have a bunch more upgrade damage perks. Now, the verdict on this gun, it's honestly pretty underwhelming, to be honest. Just these, like, stats alone make it such a bad gun, in my opinion. Rate of fire, impact, range, and stability. Stability, reload speed, rate of fire are pretty good. The magazine would be pretty good if the rate of fire wasn't so high and the impact wasn't so low. It's basically an Atheon's epilogue in steroids. And honestly, I'm pretty ticked off, like, with this setup. I think Bungie should be ashamed of themselves for making a gun that takes, like, so much work to get and just not being very good when you get it. Like, first you have to grind your ass off for, like, the Husk of the Pit with Blades of Perota. Then you have to reach Eris rank 3, get the Rune Core, or no, the Embalming Orb, max, then use that to turn the Husk of the Pit, which requires 500 hive kills first to get the perk unlocked into the Eidolon Ally, then max out the Eidolon Ally, then beat Croton hard multiple times for a chance at getting the Crusty Crota needed to upgrade the Eidolon Ally into the Necrochasm. And when you do get it, it's pretty underwhelming. It's not a very good gun, to be honest. It can be decently accurate with the right perks. However, it just does not compete compared to many other guns, like the Suros regime, even like the Hard Light and Monte Carlo, to be honest. Maybe not the Hard Light, although the Monte Carlo and the Suros for sure. And the Vex Mytho class. This thing, when it came out, this thing, like, this was the old hard raid exclusive weapon. This thing was a god when it came out. It's still a god in my opinion. Just look how much more powerful it is. This thing is just insanely more powerful, especially for when it was released, compared to the Necrochasm. And to be honest, I'm pretty disappointed with the Necrochasm. While it is possible to do good with the Necrochasm, it's not very easy. And also, if you are going to be using this gun, I strongly recommend using it for trash mobs and just enemies, like, where you can take the exploding thrall or Cursebringer perk and use it to your advantage, because it's pretty good at mowing down trash mobs. Although, if I was going to use this in Crota's End, well, I'd either use it at the first part, and that's probably all I'd use it at. Although, really, for collateral damage on a primary weapon for the first part, I already have the Fatebringer for that. So I probably just wouldn't use it at the time being for anything in the raid, or really anywhere, to be honest. It's fun to use, although it's not very practical right now. However, on the plus side, I can foresee a buff coming. Like I said before, Bungie will, in my opinion, probably buff the crap out of it. I really hope they do, because as it stands right now, this gun, in my opinion, is a 6.5 at best. Thank you for watching. This has been Absolute Death, and don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll